Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Nabi is also so happy that you're here. This is Nabi. He's going to be assisting me today. But yeah, today's video is going to be really fun because I just got a bunch of new stuff from the drugstore. I was inspired to make this video because I've been following Ashley Graham on Instagram, and her new show, American Beauty Star, is largely sponsored by Revlon. I don't know if Revlon's producing it or not, I'm not sure. But she's been using a lot of Revlon products, and my favorite makeup artist, Katie Jane Hughes, has been working with her to collaborate on some of these looks that she's been serving for the show. And I wanted to get out there and try some of them because I haven't used Revlon products in quite some time, because last I remember they weren't very impressive to me. But today I'm going to be trying some new stuff from Revlon. I'm also going to be trying some new stuff from Wet n Wild because they just had some new releases as well, and also some Physicians Formula. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first product I have here in front of me is from Wet n Wild, and they just came out with some new primer slash setting sprays. They're actually, it's 3-in-1 primer water. It's supposed to prep, set, and refresh. And I have the cucumber one. They had 3 different scents. I don't want to call them scents because they don't have fragrance in them, but 3 different varieties, one of which is cucumber, which has cucumber extract in it. They also had one that had rose and one with coconut. So I'm going to use it to prime my face. I've never used a primer water before. Oh, that's so refreshing. Oh my gosh, that feels awesome, right? It's not burning my skin or anything. That's a good sign. I have that happen with setting sprays sometimes. I mean, especially ones with alcohol in them usually burn my skin, and this doesn't have any alcohol in it. Feels good so far. We'll see if this acts as a good primer for my foundation. Alright, so as I said before, I'm going to be trying some new products from Revlon today, and the one that Katie Jane used on Ashley Graham is the new Revlon Candid Photo Ready Candid Foundation. It's supposed to have a natural finish, and it's also supposed to be anti-pollution, which is really cool. I've never heard of a foundation doing that before, and I live in New York City, so there's quite a bit of pollution in the air. I got the shade 150 Creme Brulee. I don't know if that's right. They only had that one, or porcelain. They didn't have the shade in between, so, ooh, okay. All right, it looks promising on my finger. So I'm just gonna be going in with my little knockoff Artiste brush over here to blend some of this in. I don't know how much to use. I'm gonna try to focus it on the areas where I want the most coverage. Oh, wow. I feel like I did a really nice job shade matching, which I never do. I mean, wow, this just like blended right into the skin. And it doesn't feel heavy at all. I mean, granted I used like a pump, maybe a pump and a quarter, but it doesn't feel like there's anything on my skin. But I am really into it. Alright, so next I'm going to be going in with one of the new ColorStay eyeshadow palettes from Revlon. I want to say they had 5 of these. They all have different names. I got the one that's called Original because that's the one that Katie used on Ashley Graham. But also, I don't know, I just felt like I was most attracted to these shades, which normally I don't pick neutrals over bright fun colors, but I don't know, I just felt like these neutrals looked really interesting. There's a lot of cool tones in here, which I don't have a ton of cool tones in my collection, so really I was trying to think of what's most practical for me. So I feel like this is gonna be a little hard to work with because the pan size is very small. I prefer a round pan or a square pan. Like rectangular pans like this are hard to get your brush into. So I'm gonna start by going into this taupey shade right here. Okay, it's definitely showing up. I mean, it's like a light taupey brown color. I wasn't expecting it to be like packing a real punch with pigment or anything. Just deepening that shade a little bit. All right, that blended really nicely. So I forgot to mention that I did go ahead and prime my eyes before going in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I love this eyeshadow primer. I've been using it for over a year now, and I think it works just as good as the high-end ones. So for the next shade, I'm gonna go in with, ooh, what do I wanna do? I think I'm gonna deepen the crease a little bit. The only darker matte color that's in here is this one all the way on the end, which I believe, I don't know, it's like a dark gray, but it also looks like it has a hint of brown to it. I'm not really sure what this shade's deal is. So I'm gonna go in really lightly with that since I'm not sure what color it is. Okay, I might have went in a little too lightly. Let's dip in and go a little heavier handed. Okay, it's like a deep gray. But it definitely has like a hint of brown in there, which I like. Honestly, I'm not mad that this shade's not giving me a ton of pigment because I feel like if it did, this could go from cute, soft, cool toned eye look to like way too much gray in my lids all at once. I feel like if this color had more pigment, it would be really easy to overdo, so I'm kind of happy that it's having me build it up and just kind of adding a little bit more depth. I don't know, I don't want this to be like a smoky eye or anything, and I wouldn't have expected that from the Originals palette, you know? I feel like this is aimed to be more of like a simple everyday type of a palette. All right, I like the way that looks. Now I'm gonna choose one of these beautiful shimmers to put all over the lid. Which one should I choose? I'm gonna stick with the rosy one because I feel like that will go better with the shades I have on. I'm kind of sticking to this half of the palette. I feel like this half is like the nice cool toned half of the palette, and this one's a little more warm toned. We'll probably pop that champagne on the inner corner. We're definitely gonna pop the champagne on the inner corner, but we're gonna put the rose gold shade all over the lid. Okay, that's doing something. That's actually really pretty. Like, it's definitely not easy to get your finger in there. Like, look, it's covering a very small portion of my fingertip, but I was able to get it in there. And this is just my preferred method of application for shimmers. Just gonna go back in with my crease brush and buff that out here. That was actually really easy to apply. I mean, the hardest part was getting my finger in the pan, but once I got some product on my finger, it blended out really, really easily. That's like, dare I call it a creamy shadow? Like, that was creamy for a shimmer. I feel like my shimmers that I use from ColourPop don't normally feel that nice. No tea, no shade to ColourPop, but that's nicer than the shimmers that I'm used to working with. Ooh. All right, so now let's go in for my inner corner color. I am gonna use a brush for that because I can just use a teeny tiny petite little pencil brush. I feel like my eyes look really pretty. I feel like it's a very, very cute, like everyday cool tone look, which I don't normally go for. I normally stick with more warm tones for my everyday. So I'm really liking that this is adding a little cool tone spice to my life. All right, I just went ahead and added a quick little winged liner. I used my tried and true, my e.l.f. Precision Liner. Nothing new on the liner front for me today. But now I'm gonna go in and set my face before I get into mascara and lipstick. So we're gonna be using our 3-in-1 Prep, Set, and Refresh from Wet n Wild. And let's see how this sets my face. I feel like I'm definitely using too much. I just get nervous that I'm gonna miss like one patch of my face and that it's gonna end up dry. All right, so I went ahead and did my mascara off camera. It's not drugstore, so don't ask. That's not true, it'll be listed down below. I really like the way my face looks so far. Oh, she's so cute. I love this eye look so much. Anyways, though, we're done with the eyes and we are moving on to lips. And today I am going to be using one of Physicians Formula's new releases. They just released a bunch of awesome lip products. It just says Marumu butter on the front, which if you don't know, Marumu butter is what is used in their butter bronzers, butter blushes, and butter highlights. That's like a big thing for Physicians Formula. They have all these like butter products. Ooh, it says in the back, it's a Marumu butter lip cream. I can't, how can you focus on me when this is happening? All right, so let's just go right in with the lip cream. Ooh, what color did I get? Let me tell you what color I got. I got it in the color Brazilian Sunset. Oh wow, that is more pigmented than I thought it would be. Lip liner might have been wise here because you definitely can't get an accurate, precise application, but I guess you're probably not really supposed to because it is a lip cream. Really pretty color though. I feel like it looks brighter on camera, but in person it's pretty subtle. A nice peachy nude. You know we all like our peachy nudes. Does it really go with the eye look? Meh, not really, but that's okay. Alright, so with that, I am done. This completes my look using new products from the drugstore. Just to round up my thoughts a little bit here, I love the foundation. It feels so light. It's my biggest thing with foundation is I always feel like I can feel it on my skin and it feels heavy and I'm afraid to touch my face. This just really feels like it melted very nicely into my skin. This is great. And then moving on to the eyeshadow. This is also really great. I mean, these colors blended really nicely. Obviously, I wish the pans were bigger. It would be much easier if the pans were bigger so I could really dig my finger in there more, but it's so cute and petite. Colors are really pretty. The mattes are really nice. But yeah, I really like this. And then the setting spray, the Prime Set and Refresh. This is really nice. It smells awesome. It smells like straight cucumber. What I look for in a setting spray is to see if it helps melt everything together and to give the skin a nice, like, dewy, luminous finish. And I feel like it did that. I don't know, I feel like it added a little extra sheen to my foundation. My highlights poppin', and I think the spray definitely helps. So I like it so far. For $5, I'm not gonna complain either way, you know? And then the last thing, the Marumu Butter Lip Cream from Physicians Formula. I really like this. I think it's a really pretty color. It looks nice. I like that it's like a balmy, it's like a cross between a balm and a gloss. Like it's not as shiny as a gloss, but it's not as like dull or as like muted as what I would think a balm would do. It feels really nice. My lips are gonna love this when I go outside because it's so cold and I'm so dry. It definitely tastes a little like SPF. You know how SPF tastes? You know how SPF has that very distinct taste? I don't think I mentioned before. This has SPF 15 in it, which is great for your lips, but I do taste it a little bit. But overall, I would say this drugstore haul was a big success. I found so many things I like. I really like how my makeup turned out today. I can't wait to keep playing around with this palette, and I can't wait to see what new launches come out. Revlon, I'm back on. You got me. I'm back on the bandwagon. I'm ready to see what are the new launches. What's coming next? Do I have to try more things from Revlon? Leave it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching my video and have a great day.